So folks, programming languages like Python, like Visual Basic, like C# all use what's called an integrated development environment. So what you see in front of you here on my screen is an integrated development environment. And it's got some advantages, which I'm going to look at in this video very quickly. The first one is called pretty typing. It's like pretty printing even. All one word. And what does that mean? Well, look what happens if I type in print. What happens to the colour? It changes to purple. What happens if I use a command such as speech marks? It makes them green. What happens if I use a command input? It makes it purple. If I use a comment like hashtag, it makes it red. If I use a function, it makes it orange. And basically, built into our Python editor, it changes the color, which makes it easier to identify when you've used commands, when you've used functions, when you've used strings, speech marks. It's really nice to look at, but it's easy to look at as well. The second thing which a pretty printing environment does is it does our indents for us automatically. So if I did if hello equals hi, colon, enter, my indent is done perfectly for me. And that's another advantage, a huge advantage that is actually. Another cool feature of pretty printing is this. Let's imagine that I was doing print, but I wasn't quite sure how to do the syntax. You get a little help box, a pop-up box, which shows me how to do it, which is a nice little feature. Another, number 2, cool feature is called the dynamic syntax check. Now, not all programming languages, not all IDEs have this. So let me show you Visual Basic. So in Visual Basic, if I did if hello is not equal to car, but I forgot to do a speech mark here, it'll come up with an error straight away. There's a big issue there, but it comes up straight away. That's called a dynamic syntax check. Whereas if I go to, let me load up Python. So let's imagine that we've got, well, I don't need to imagine, you can see in front of you, Python. If I press enter, it still works. There's no error message, there's no dynamic syntax check. Now when I run my code, let's just call it happy. There you go, my error comes then. So Python doesn't have a dynamic syntax check. The third feature, which Python yet again doesn't offer, is expanding and collapsing code blocks. So that's expanding and collapsing code blocks. Let me show you what that actually looks like. So in this IDE, it offers the opportunity to collapse and expand different code blocks. Can you see how there's these minus signs? If I click on them, what will happen is this bit of code will disappear and it will all get pulled into here, so it smartens it up. Let me show you a video of it working, in fact. Okay, so let's have a look at this video. Now, if you look at this code where my mouse is, where it says clock, there's about 13 lines of code. Let's see what happens when we add in a second, the expanding, collapsing blocks. Can you see now there's a plus sign? Look what happens when you click on it. All the code for the clock appears and disappears. So it tidies up your code. Look at this one. All the code there is there, and you can hide it again. It just makes your code really neat. Really, really neat. Okay. Finally, you have what's called context-sensitive prompts. You might be like, what? Dead easy again to get your head around. Python, in this version, yet again, does not have it. So let me show you it in Visual Basic. So let's imagine that we are doing a loop. and I press F for, okay, for some reason it doesn't want to do it, play game with me. Let's look at a different example. Okay, here's another example. Let's make a variable. So I'm going to do dim password as. Now, can you see that it's giving me a list of loads and loads of features or commands or functions. If I type in S, we'll bring up all the ones with S. See? And it'll help me find the right command. So it's there to help. So context sensitive prompts have all the keywords, all the available identifiers, which help me use them within my code. So I was going to do string with a little s. But there you go, press enter, that's done it for me. So let me show you again. As, yep, string, press enter, boom, done. Makes it easy to use. The same with all these IDE features I've just shown you.